This is in relation to yesterday's topic of design space and
Okay.
today's topic of OOS.
Right.
Say, for example, you have an active DMF filing, right, that's approved by the US FDA.
Right.
But during that, when you're filing it, your QA and regulatory authority thought they were being good citizens and made very tight parameters. And you find more OOSs because they're too tight, either in utilities, critical process parameters, or well below competitor requirements.
Right.
How do you go about loosening those?
Oh, in a DMF, it's no problem because you can loosen it. It's your choice, okay, because it's not a license. If it's a licensed product and you want to loosen your spec, you file a supplement. And you say, here's the following reasons why we think we need to loosen this spec. And believe it or not, I've seen FDA accept loosened specs. In fact, there was one case where I was having a big argument with manufacturing in that I told them that we didn't need to loosen the specs. That the reason for the OOSs was that they were buying cheap material that is contaminated. And as a result, the level of this contaminant kept on going OOS. And I kept telling you, if you would only go back to buying stuff from your old supplier, things would be fine. Meanwhile, the regulatory affairs people took the data, filed a supplement with FDA, and said, we need to loosen the specs because our supplier cannot meet the lower requirements. And they accepted it. You know, so again, you can loosen specs if you have a good argument.
But for that, would you have to go through a full validation again?
Right, yeah. You would have to revalidate and everything, yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you can do it. I mean, in fact, you would use the validation as part of your argument to FDA that if you loosen the spec, it doesn't affect the final product. And that will go over.
Yeah, because usually when you ask your QA or your regulatory, their first answer is no.
Yeah, well, it depends upon how active a group you have, because and I admit this as a QA person, there are a lot of QA departments that spend their time refusing to do anything other than the routine stuff. And that can be very unfortunate for a company. And if upper management detects a situation like this, they should take steps to correct it. Because a company nowadays, you need an active QA group, especially and an active regulatory group, which also means that usually they'll end up being overworked, but you know, them's the breaks, right? You know. So